Hey y'all, so this is gonna be a different type of video. Today I really wanted to talk about how it's been difficult to write or to be creative during any of these times. Y'all know I come on here and I'm real happy all the time. I'm generally a glass half full type of person. I'm very optimistic about life. And even through the pandemic and through the lockdown, I was still feeling like, this is all intentional. Something good is gonna come out of this. And right now, in this current moment, I'm just feeling I'm exhausted. Since the pandemic started, we were all put on lockdown, and our rights, our freedom essentially was being taken away. Yes, it was for COVID, of course. So, it was a national emergency and things are happening. But although we like to be with ourselves and we like to be in front of a screen writing, we still need the energy of experiences and the energy of outside and people to really thrive. So when the pandemic started, for me, it was a good break to really sit and reflect and take some time to figure out if I'm happy, in the place that I'm at, in the career that I'm at. And I think in the beginning, that was okay. It was okay to kind of feed and honor the other parts of me that had nothing to really do with writing. It was easy for me to really focus on exploration and learning and really diving into other sources of knowledge and reading a lot. I think that really helped me with my creativity. And then most recently, the police brutality, the injustice, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, thinking back to Breonna Taylor, just, God, like the number of people now who have died at the hands of cops, thinking about all the back-to-back-to-back injustices that are happening. It is very difficult now because my mindset has changed a lot to wanting to get out in the streets and protest and march. Just being out there with the energy of the people and really being out there protesting this fucking injustice that we are dealing with on a regular basis. Right before the curfew started and the marches and the protests, I've been doing a lot of healing, and I've been coming to a place of optimism just for myself, right? Of things that I've started to manifest and things that I've been working towards. And then you constantly start watching the news, right? And I have mixed feelings about media. I went to school for journalism, so I have a lot of mixed feelings about what is shown over and over again. And I feel like the media, a lot of times, it promotes trauma on Black people. And to watch it over and over and over again, it constantly sucks your energy. Dealing with all these emotions and this anxiety, it's made it very difficult for me to be productive in any type of way. I think that when you have this constant barrage of videos and systematic racism that runs rampant throughout this country, it's hard for you to ever really find a place of peace and a place of center to focus on being creative. It's easy to live in a bubble. It's easy to live when you don't have to take your freedom for granted. It's easy to be comfortable. The other day, I'm driving to the store and the military guard is driving down the street now. Helicopters are flying all over the place. Tear gas was being tossed out onto protesters outside. So now the place where I find comfort to write, to just exist, has become a mini war zone. All those ideas before that I had during the pandemic about other ways to be creative and, to really hone into myself. Now I'm trying to figure out where should my energy be spent. So it's been a really hard balance for me, and I feel like to a lot of writers like that now, no matter where you are, it's a hard balance. They can write scripts from this and they can target their trauma into writing, which I think is a really good skill. It's like even that can be difficult. you know, because I know when I'm writing something, it feels like I'm living it. So I constantly have this push and pull with myself. And I can imagine a lot of other people do too, of, am I going to go inward? Am I going to try to block out everything that's going on? Or am I going to just get out and march on? Because that is 50% of my energy. And then 50% of my energy is like, bring it back inside and focus on the things that you need to do and write, and continue to watch your documentaries, and continue to cook your food, and continue to light your candles, and just say a little prayer of protection. It's difficult, and I don't think that there's any right answer. The world is shifting, and like, there's a new energy that is coming in here. We need to be prepared for it, and we need to receive it. We really need to put ourselves in a position to not ignore the injustice, and to really try to make real dents in this system when it comes to the police force, when it comes to the corporations that we work for, the people who we surround ourselves with. I'm writing because I know how powerful television is. I'm writing because I know how powerful this medium is to get people to connect with each other and to learn and to really open up to a sense of difference and culture. I love the idea of television being this means for transformation. But even as I went to write, I found myself feeling like, who are the people around me that I'm writing for? The company I'm working for, where do they stand on these issues? Are they putting money towards real funds like Black Lives Matter? Are they signing petitions? Are they starting petitions? Are they really in line with you? Are they your allies? What does your company structure look like, and who's involved in it? It's about whether or not they're actually supporting a cause, or they're just posting a square on their social media to be a part of the movement, and they don't even really know what the movement stands for. It's hard to be creative when you're in a place of darkness. I've tried to cook. I've tried learning new languages. I'm actually trying to learn Yoruba right now. I bought this map behind me to remind myself that when this is over, I'm going to travel and I'm going to see the world. I've been reading a lot of things on the economy, on money, on the financial crisis, on theology and spirituality. We should be having conversations about social justice and politics and what's happening in our local government, so that we're not in a place where we were before, where we're repeating history over and over again. This shit has got to stop. We've also got to take care of our mental health. For me, writing is very lethargic. You know, it helps me to get things out of my brain. And when you can't do that, when you can't turn to writing or to the thing that makes you most comfortable, I think it's important to talk to somebody, a therapist, your ancestors, your family. And it's a time for us to really be able to come out of this on the other side with a new perspective and a new way of thinking. And I don't necessarily want the world to go back to normal. You know, all of this is for a reason. No matter what your spiritual beliefs are, religious beliefs are, there is some other type of energy. Like, we're not just fighting a physical war. I mean, we're fighting a physical war, but we're also fighting a spiritual war. I really believe that. And I think it's affecting us in so many great ways. And so what do you do when you can't write? You just take it one day at a time. You keep pushing throughout this chaos, and you find your glimmer of hope. And if you need to get out in the streets and march and protest, you do that. If you need to hunker down and sleep all day, you do that. If you need to talk to somebody, you do that. If you just need to pray, do that. There's no right way. I wasn't happy this week. I wasn't in a space of, let's talk about writing. You know what I mean? I was in a space of reflection. I think that a lot of us are in that space too. That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I guess just remember, if you're going from home to Hollywood, just remember you got this.